Hey guys, welcome back. So, y'all know we got the cage done. We're about to throw the rear cross braces in. And one of the things we struggled with when we were doing our cage was getting the plates welded in. You can see over here, those look terrible. That front one looks a little better. But anyway, they didn't really turn out that great. It was hard to weld. And we expect to have the same problem in the back here. So we're going to try something a little different. See if this makes any difference. It may or may not, but we'll see. So the first obvious thing is this metal's really thin and this one's kind of thick. And I didn't really bevel these before. So this time we threw a bevel on the edges. That should help make you don't have as much heat to weld because you're going from something thick to thin. So that should help. Another thing we're going to do is fire. So I'm going to take this and I'm basically going to go around and preheat this area, and I'm going to preheat that plate as well. And depending on how it goes, I might even try to burn some of the shit off the backside of this metal with fire. We'll see. But I want to get this good and hot, and especially get that plate hot so that when I go to weld, it'll get much better penetration because all the metal's already kind of hot. So we're only going to do one for now, and depending on if it helps, I'll do the other one that way. But in theory, it should help. I've seen preheating help with welding in the past. So we're going to give that a shot and see if that makes any difference. Okay, so we used the heat, and then we went back and welded, and this went a lot better. I'm not going to say perfect, but that went better for sure. Even like this backside one turned out pretty good. Now we did the same thing over here, and this one turned out different. I made a mistake, and I can't believe I did this. But so when I got ready to weld, I was like, hey, let me check and make sure I got enough wire. So I went to check. I was almost out of wire, so I swapped out to the new one. Well, when I change wire, I always take the wire speed and run it up to max so it'll hurry up and empty. Well, I forgot and I left it there. So I welded this with max wire speed, and hilariously it actually welded because I preheated it so much that it was able to keep up. But I knew something was going on, but for some reason I just kept going. That was my mistake. I've never done that with the preheat and then set the wire wrong. Normally if you set the wire wrong, it would just really not work. So that one's kind of cold, but it's not that bad. So we're going to leave it. We're not changing it. Not that that would be easy to change. That would be a nightmare. So anyway, plates are welded, and we kind of learned something. The preheating kind of helps in two ways. It helps the weld to flow better. Like if you look like here, like that melted in pretty good. So it definitely works for that. But it also helps burn some of the crap off the backside. So definitely beneficial. We'll probably be doing more of that in the future. So now we're going to get set up and get our braces positioned. Okay, so we're basically done for the night. I kind of forgot to film for a while. But there's the cage. We got those cross braces fully installed and welded out. Turned out okay. Kind of matches the rest of the welds, where some are good, some are decent, and some are, let's not look at them. But hopefully they're okay. That plate over there, we started trying to fix some of the bad spots in the welds, and then my welding helmet died. I'm a little sad, but it happens. So she had a good run, but for whatever reason it started blinding me, and basically I tried changing the batteries, and I put like 4 different sets of batteries, and it's not the batteries. So ordered a new one, be here tomorrow. This is like my 3rd or 4th or 5th welding helmet, but whatever. No big deal. So we'll continue tomorrow, or whatever, a couple days, but it's good stuff. We got the cage is basically in. Now we got to get it all cleaned up and get some primer on it, I believe. Thinking that's probably the next step. We're going to paint it. I have this stuff from Rust-Oleum, and it's pretty damn like hard shit. Really tough primer. So I think we're going to put that on it at least to keep it from rusting until we get some finish paint. So we'll probably do that. Anyway, yep, that's gonna do it for now. So oh, one more thing, sorry, last piece, and then we'll go. This guy used to be a little raised duct here. That's where fresh air would go into the car. We cut that crap out, put a little block off plate and tacked it in there. So that was another thing. All right, so until next time, y'all take it easy.